Good morning, everyone. I'll be talking on the prediction of hypertension following spinal anesthesia in normal and hypertensive protrusions using the supine stress test. Spinal hypertension is an unwanted side effect for cesarean section. There have been many studies which have been used to prevent and which have been used to treat drugs to treat the hypertension. The drugs which have been used to treat hypertension have side effects, and most of the methods which have been used to prevent hypertension, they have several disadvantages, so they are not used routinely. And prophylactic treatment, only high-risk protrusions, if we could identify them preoperatively, all the prophylactic treatment can be directed towards only these high-risk protrusions. Preeclamptic protrusions, they have already reduced uteroplacental blood flow, so they also constitute risk protrusions. This can be maybe due to sympathetic overactivity. There are various methods which have been used to predict hypertension, but however these methods are not used clinically. This may be because they are non-invasive, they require special monitoring system which are not easily available in the obstetric operation theatre. The supine stress test, this is non-invasive, it is easy to perform and no special equipment is required. And it has already been tested in normal protrusions. So the aim of the study is to assess if SST is effective in predicting spinal hypertension in protrusions with mild preeclampsia. Institutional Ethical Committee approval was taken and written informed consent was taken. A prospective trial was conducted over a period of 1 year, and 25 normal protrusions, 25 protrusions with mild preeclampsia or gestational hypertension was taken. All ASA 1 or 2 for elective cesarean section was taken. Single pregnancy of more than 35 weeks of gestation was taken into consideration. Exclusion criteria includes the following. Standard definition of mild preeclampsia and gestational hypertension were used for the study. The supine stress test was performed just prior to surgery in the operation theatre. After shifting the patients in the operation theatre, they were allowed to rest in the left lateral position for 10 minutes. Then BP and heart rate were measured for 5 minutes every minute in the lateral position. Average of this was taken as baseline. Then patients were turned supine and BP and heart rate measured every minute for 5 minutes. During this period, if patient has any discomfort or showing any symptoms or signs of hypertension, they have been informed prior that they can shift laterally if they are having any problem. The criteria for positive test includes an increase in heart rate more than 10 beats per minute from baseline consecutively for 2 minutes, or a fall in systolic blood pressure within less than more than 20% of baseline, or any signs and symptoms of hypertension. IV fluid was given normal saline preloading and maintenance with 15 ml per kg per hour. Spinal anesthesia was given in the left lateral position in L2-3 or L3-4 space with 2 ml of 0.5 sensor bupivacaine heavy with 25 mics of fentanyl. After this, patients were left lateral table tilt was given after spinal anesthesia. Then study time includes time of spinal anesthesia to clamping of the umbilical cord. Hypertension was defined as a reduction in systolic blood pressure below 20% of the baseline. And any patient with hypertension, we treat them with 50 mics of phenylephrine bolus intravenously, and this is repeated every minute to maintain systolic blood pressure within 20 minutes of 20% of baseline. All the data were expressed as mean plus or minus standard deviation and median and analyzed using the student t-test or Mann-Whitney test. Sensitivity, specificity, positive predictive value and negative predictive value of supine stress test to predict hypertension were calculated. P-value less than 0.05 were considered as significant. This is a table which shows demographic and intraoperative data in both the groups, and both the groups were comparable. The incidence of hypertension was 68% in non-hypertensive patients, and hypertensive group has 64%. The sensitivity of the supine stress test to predict hypotension in the normotensive patient was 41.2%, specificity 100%, positive predictive value was 100%, negative predictive value was 44.4%. The sensitivity of the SST to predict hypotension in the hypertensive group was 12.5%. Specificity was 100%, positive predictive value was also 100%, negative predictive value was 39.1%. All the SST positive patients in both the groups have significantly increased consumption of phenylephrine. Only 40% of the normotensive and 13% of the hypertensive patients who developed the hypotension, they could be detected preoperatively using the supine stress test. However, this is lesser as we compare to the previous studies conducted, and this may be because of the difference in age and the dose of the local anesthetic drug and the level of sensory block as compared to the previous studies. More normotensive patients had positive SST than the hypertensive patients. This is lesser as compared to previous studies in the normotensive parturients. The limitation of the study was that very few hypertensive patients had positive SST. Only 2 of the patients out of 25 patients had positive SST. This may be because the sample was small, and the hypertensive patients having higher sympathetic tone may be difficult to predict preoperatively. So we conclude by saying that SST is a highly specific but not a sensitive predictor of spinal hypotension and phenylephrine requirement in parturients undergoing elective cesarean section. Thank you.